Hey guys, I'm Frank, welcome to my channel. I'm a crypto trader specialized in technical analysis using the indicator iChimoku cloud and its elements. If you don't know how to use the iChimoku cloud, this is perfect. This video is made for you. You're going to see me doing over 40 technical analysis today using Bitcoin, of course, Ethereum, AVAX, ADA, Solana, and so many others. I have a Discord where people also are requesting me to do some technical analysis on specific tokens. Sometimes I know them, sometimes I don't. So you can also go there and ask me anything you want. I will look into it. I used to do 3-minute videos, but now I cannot do that. I'm too busy with another project related to NFTs. So I will do a big technical analysis today and let's jump into it right away. So first we are going to look into Bitcoin, because when you are doing a technical analysis for any altcoins you are looking at, you need first to look into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the father of all altcoins, so it's very important to look into that at first. And you're not only looking at the chart of Bitcoin /USD or /USDC or USDT, but into other charts and also some other websites that I'm going to show you right away. So at first we are going to look into ByteBT. I want to see what's going on with the future open interest. So I'm on the page now and we want to see if people are into futures open interest. So are they really into Bitcoin at the moment or not? And yes, you can see that we are at an all-time high, ETH. So things are going well there. Now we're going to look at the option open interest. And as you can see, that is going also very well. And why I'm looking into that, guys? Because I want to know if Bitcoin is going to go bullish or bearish in the near future. And obviously, when you can see this all-time high here, you know that Bitcoin should go bullish. So when we looked into this, we can go look into the put open interest and call open interest. Call open interest is when people believe of Bitcoin being more bullish in the near future, and put open interest is when people believe of Bitcoin being more bearish in the future. So we look here at the open interest across expirations, and those dates here are always Friday, because on Friday that's when we have the most open call interest or put open interest. So we look at this, and seeing this we can quickly see if people believe that end of November is going to be more of bullish or more bearish. And you can see quickly here, looking at the 26th of November, we have a lot of open call interest, meaning people believe the price being higher. So we go here and you select November 26, and we want to see what price people believe, what's their expectation for Bitcoin within the end of November. And as you can see, somewhere between 70k and 80k. So that's a good indication of Bitcoin that might become very bullish within the end of November. Of course, this changes every day except Saturday and Sunday. So you want to go there quickly every day before you start doing your technical analysis, just to have a quick look of it. We can look quickly at what might happen during the first week of November. So we're going to go at the November 5th, Friday, and you can see people, there is a lot of open call interest at 70k. It's a lot, it's huge. So maybe within the end of next week we might see Bitcoin going around that price, but it's not a warranty, so be careful. You still need to do your technical analysis and wait for your signals. Now we can jump into the chart of Bitcoin, but first let's look into Bitcoin dominance. So when we look at our chart on a daily time frame right away, I can see we are under our 10 can. We have also a Kijun pushing us, so it's going to create a lot of resistance around here, right where we are. So we'll see what happened on Monday, because of course during the weekend things are usually ranging, and you can see pretty much things have been ranging for a while, because our cloud here, the SSB is now flat. It's quite large here. We are not pointing up. Maybe the SSA a bit going towards the sky, but not so much. So at the moment it's ranging, so it's not the right time to enter in any trade. However, if we were going to have our candle to go touch our trend line here, you could expect then a pushback, a run coming up, so you could eventually take a long position. But at the moment I wouldn't take any position here, but we want to look into this because it kind of gives us an idea of what might happen for Bitcoin. Now, seeing that I'm stuck under this Tenkan and Kijun, I really want to see either way our candle go down our trend line, so we get a massive run, or I want to see us going above our Tenkan and Kijun, so we can now go back into a proper run, at least up to the next resistance, which which will be fairly about here, $47.45, so about around here. I could have used this one, the all-time high of the last 2 weeks, but I rather look into my Ichimoku lagging span here. It's more secure. All right, we are looking now at XAU/BTC, so gold versus Bitcoin, and why we want to do that before looking into our BTC chart, our BTC/USD, simply because when gold/Bitcoin is going bearish, our Bitcoin is going bullish. So we always look at this in case we are nearby some resistance or price support. We were, you see, going bearish here, and we knew we had this resistance here because of here. It was here as well. So we knew that once we get around that point, we might have finally a run, the end of our pullback, and it's exactly what happened. We had another resistance just above, and you see the resistance work because our candle here on the 21st of October exactly stopped there. So you knew when you were going to go nearby this price support here that if you enter a long position, your first take profit will have been around here, around this price resistance. Now we are above, you can see we are going back into testing it. Why? Because we rejected this resistance here, this price resistance at 0.03049. So now we get a pullback, but since we are here, now we can expect another run and go test again this resistance. Once we will break this resistance, we will have all the way free to go up to our Kijun. Of course, this Kijun by then will have moved, so you have to look at this regularly, I would say every day before you do your technical analysis on Bitcoin. Now that we saw this, we can move into Bitcoin/USD. So I'm looking into a daily time frame. As you can notice, you will see my Elliott impulse wave. We are yet to have completed the third wave. We wait the third wave before we get a pullback. This third wave should be longer than our first wave. That's why some people are like wondering, is it over or do we have a massive pullback? No, we don't have the massive pullback because we didn't yet completed the third wave. So it's not over. We are not actually doing our fourth wave. We are still into the third wave. Of course, people are wondering because you see the price moving like crazy. We were at an all-time high of 67k about that, and went all the way down. We lost like 10k, so people are wondering. But now if we look at the Ichimoku cloud and knowing that we are still in our third wave, we can notice we are basically kind of ranging at the moment. It's hard to take a decision of when to enter for a long or short position. You see our lagging has been testing our resistance here, and also the 78% of our Fibonacci. This one here is the Fibonacci. It's very useful when you want to know up to where a price can go, especially when you had already an all-time high. You don't know anymore, so you have to look into the Fibonacci to know those things. Now, if I look at my elements of the Ichimoku, you can see my Kijun is getting closer and closer to my candles, and this is a very good thing because it's going to create a lot of support. I explain in other videos and also on my Discord. I have a specific channel for that where you can know how the Ichimoku elements are working, the calculation behind it, what's the maths behind it. But basically a Kijun is very strong and stronger than our Tenkan. The Tenkan also creates some support, so it's cool that today finally we break above. Our candle is yet to be done, obviously, it's a daily candle, so maybe we're going to go back into it or even under it, but at least as for now we are above. So it's cool because it can give us an impulsion to go all the way up to our price resistance here at 64,900. So what is good here is having our Kijun getting closer and closer to our candle, because it's going to create massive price support, meaning pushing us once and for all above those resistance and go all the way up to the end of our third wave, which is about 75k USD. So when we see our Kijun now getting closer and closer to our candle, we kind of expect the end of our pullback and a proper run. So that is very important to look at this. Now as for the cloud, you can clearly see it's just ranging. So at the moment people are accumulating, but nobody is making any decision. Are we going to go on a long or on a short? Nobody is doing it. So we wait and we will see what happens later on. Now I'm going to move on Ethereum. So first at all, I want to look at the Ethereum dominance because here you can see we are stuck in between our trend line here, and that also indicates us a possible pullback. We touch here our trend line, so now we get a pullback, and I don't think it's going to stop very soon. So yesterday we touched our trend line, and now we can expect to have a pullback before another run, and the pullback, thanks to Ichimoku, we can see where will be the resistance. It might stop around the 19.13 or this resistance, and worst case scenario go all the way down to our other trend line, which will be a price support for us, and then we might see our run coming up after that. So now what we want to observe is to see when the pullback will be over. So we just use a lower time frame and wait to see our candle approaching our element of the Ichimoku, and see if we break down or if we test it and reject it and go on a run again. So that's how we look at it. But seeing the Ethereum dominance going down, I know now we have to go at least all the way down to my SSB or even here to the 10 can, because it's a bit above. If the 10 can still going flat in the future, then it's going to be a good resistance, stronger than the SSB. So yeah, maybe. But now we know that we have a pullback here, so we can expect also a pullback on Ethereum / USD or USDC, USDT, whatever pair you guys using. So I'm looking at the Ethereum / USDT for the pair. I also have my Elliott wave here, but let's ignore it at the moment. We have the Fibonacci as well to see where will be our resistance and price support. We've been all the way up to the 78%, so now we can expect to have a pullback thanks to the Ethereum dominance, because we look at it earlier and you can see it's going into a pullback, and we can expect to pull back down to our Kijun here at 4,177, about that. We have then our 61% of the Fibonacci, so it's another resistance. So if we break down this one, then we have a resistance here at 4,070, and another one here that we traced a while ago, which is 4,027. So you see where are your price support at the moment. This is going to be activated as soon as we touch it, so then we wait to see when exactly we finally get a run again and break above. So you look at your signal, simply go to a lower time frame. I did it in numerous videos on my channel, so look a bit into my channel, you will find some example, or come back later on because I will do some other technical analysis in the future, maybe with a lower time frame. But at the moment I'm going to look in so many tokens that I just want to have a global idea of what's going on and let you know guys know as well in a short period of time. I know you don't have all day for this, so thanks for watching. By the way, like and subscribe, leave a comment, and we move into Solana. So what's going on with Solana? Today we are on our 10 can. That's the second time like this. We've been actually 4 times into it, my bad, and we still don't get away from it, but we also still don't go bearish, so we don't go under it. We don't have a candle that is forming under it. So once we see a daily candle that is forming under our 10 cans, then we can expect a pull back down to our Kijun here at the minimum. That's why I have this resistance here. So it's about $178. So that's what we are waiting for. However, if finally we get a candle, a daily candle above it, above our 10 can, forming and closing above, in that case we know that we will go toward this resistance, probably break it, and once we see we're breaking it, then we are going to go all the way up to 216. So that's how you look at these things. Also, when you look at the lagging, you can see our lagging is free to go at the moment, so we still have chances, or we still be unlucky and go on a bearish trend all the way down to our resistance here that we trace thanks to our Kijun. So it's important to come back and look closely at it day by day and see the signals. Above here we have this resistance, so of course our lagging also going to have trouble to break above. It break above here and you see rejected, we're going down. We should go test it at least another time or even 2 times. Usually it's testing 3 times before we have a proper decision, a proper bullish or bearish trend. So at the moment we still wait for confirmation. We cannot enter any trades at the moment because we are on our 10 can, so it's really the wrong time. If you look at the cloud also, it's flat and large. So large, people are accumulating, but it's flat. People don't make any decisions, so we don't know if the Ichimoku cloud gonna stay flat, oops sorry, and go bearish, or if it's going to go bullish. We need, if we could see this from the cloud, we will have a better indication and we will know what to do, but at the moment we don't see it, so we don't want to get into that at the moment. I'll remind you here we have a twist, so closer we get to mid-November, more dangerous it is if our candle are close to this area. Even if we were about here, if we keep ranging, that could actually drag us inside. So watch this out carefully guys, because that could happen. So So let's see what will happen within this mid-November for Solana, but yeah, at the moment we don't know. So now we are looking at AVAX, so Avalanche. So you can see our cloud also is quite large, but our SSB is now pointing up. That could indicate us an upcoming run, so that's interesting. So we can see we are clearly between this Kijun and Tenkan, so we are flying in between. But now that we are almost getting to enter the cloud, it's important for us to break above. If we are not breaking above, I would say within Monday or on Monday, on that case it means we are ranging and we will enter the cloud. And once we enter a cloud, things are moving quite fast. It's like a plane inside a cloud. There is a lot of turbulences, so we can be taken all the way down or up. Things can move very quickly. The cloud also is very large, so it's even more dangerous for us. I know we do have this support here, this price support, but since we might enter inside the cloud, it's like not here. We could even cancel it. I know we will have some, it will also create a bit of resistance, but we can cancel it. And so if we get inside the cloud here, we might go all the way down here after, depending on what date. After the 6th of November, we have some support here thanks to the SSB. It's very strong, it's very flat, so this one will stop us at $56.08. And you will see that if we enter the cloud, it's going to go exactly here. We will have some of our candles, the foot will be exactly stopping here on the SSB. That's why the Ichimoku cloud is so useful, guys. So you should really look into this. If we break above this Tenkan, then we are free to go at first here, about here. Why? Because I've got resistance here. You see my lagging, which is 26 period away from our current candle, actually had some resistance in the past, and those resistance, I know they are in the past, but they still influence us in the present and in the future. That's why Ichimoku is brilliant. It's kind of having a crystal ball, but a real one that can work pretty much. But of course we don't make premonitions, but yeah, it's interesting. So we know that if we go bullish, we go first resistance about 69.67, the next resistance all the way up here as well, you see this one, so it will be almost our all-time high, 76.28, and then after that we can keep pushing up, and we have a resistance on our trend line here, about $86. So that's it for Avalanche at the moment, and now we are going to look into XRP. So what's going on with XRP? We see that we broke down our trend line, and that's not good, that's not a good sign, but this twist here could have taken us down way before, but we had so many resistance going on, and we've been ranging, so yeah, that might explain why. However, as per now, okay, we are back into the cloud, but being in a cloud, and here it's still quite large. Around here it's better, but here it's still quite large. So like I was telling you with the previous token, with AVAX, here for XRP, it's still possible to go again down to our Kijun, it's a monthly Kijun, and then also again all the way up to our trend line. Forget about this trend line now. This trend line is like doesn't exist almost, but we keep it just to remind us that maybe we have a bit of resistance, but since we break down it's goodbye this resistance. But we have at least this SSB of the cloud here that is going to create a lot of resistance. It's at $1.14, about $1.14. So yeah, so what you want to see, if, as soon as we break above this SSB, we will see a test, a quick test, usually not too long on an SSB, so a quick test. So maybe we are going to back into it, or just touching the SSB and then go above, break clearly above. In that case, you know, we are going to go bullish. So until we break above this SSB, I wouldn't enter any trades. I cannot know if it's going to go bullish or bearish. And seeing an SSB so strong here, if we don't get nearby within the 5th of November, on that case, yeah, I would expect a pullback. As soon as we will touch the SSB, we can expect a pullback more than a break above and go into a run and etc, etc. You can see also, if you look at the lagging here, the lagging has some opportunity to get down, because we are getting close to doji candle here, so it's exactly in 3 days. So yeah, I don't see it going bullish anytime soon, or breaking above our cloud, at least not before the 5th of November, I'd say. So yeah, at the moment, not the right time to enter as well, except that if we go quickly touch the SSB, there is a possible short entry to do to make some money, guys. So let's move into the next token. It's CHZ. Chili, so you can see through the Ichimoku cloud elements, I still don't have a clear cloud here on a monthly time frame. Why? Because this token is too recent. It started here, it was listed on Binance on the 1st of September 2019. I know it's almost, it's 2 years now, but still not enough to see a proper cloud forming, so we have to go in a lower time frame. As per my weekly time frame, I can see I will have some resistance here with those candle here that is going to block my lagging, so it's easier for my lagging to go bearish and avoid all those candles, and maybe here we get an opportunity to go back into it, but that will be in a while. So if you look at this, you use this here and up 5 bars, so 5 weeks later, so it's about end of November. So I would expect no clear bullish trend, no clear run until the end of November for this token, but of course this is just based in one element, so that's why we look into all elements of the Ichimoku to see some confirmation about this. We don't need to look at the news at the moment. Sometimes, yeah, look at the news because you might know something might happen later on, etc. But the primary things to do is to look just at the chart and avoid listening to people saying and this and that and look at the news. It's going to make your technical analysis wrong because you will be influenced by that, and keep this in your mind. So it's not a good way to process. So you better look just at the elements of your Ichimoku cloud and your chart. We are currently just under our 10K, creating big pressure. Yeah, it's a 10K weekly here. It's pressuring us. That doesn't help us to break above. However, if you see that a weekly candle break above it, then yeah, we have all the way up to our SSB of the cloud here. And you see on top of this, around the first week of December, we have a twist here. So it could give us a good impulsion and suck us in to take us above our cloud and go in a very good run. So possibly some good news coming, but you see we have those resistance first to break. So I wouldn't see this happening before by the end of November. I can go on a daily, but that's not going to give me much more information, except yeah, you see our lagging is going to touch our SSA, so it's going to create some resistance. By the way, an SSA is less resistance than an SSB. I'll go to my Discord to see why. We also going to, yeah, it's going to block us a bit here, but on another hand, you have this massive candle coming here in 1, 2, 3 days. So yeah, it's easier for our lagging to stay above, but I think the lagging is going to be stuck between the SSA and this candle here. So I would expect to go ranging at least up to here, and then we will get pushed down until at least this twist here, and maybe get up or maybe break under. But this, we have to see it day by day, so we have to come back into it and do your technical analysis and look at your signals. So yeah, that's it for the moment with Chili's token. I'm going to move on and look at SAND, SAND. So we want to know where it's going to stop, where is the resistance. It's an all-time high, so an ETH, so we don't know yet. So that's why I'm going to use the trendline FIB extension. I'm going to trace it from here, because we had a clear run. Oh, sorry, I didn't click, so up, let's go. Here to here and down to here to the pullback, and that will give us yeah, we are approaching the 78%. We will have some resistance then at $1.40. If we break above, we can keep pushing to the 164, and if we break above, we push all the way up to 230, with of course couple pullback before. But yeah, that's pretty much all we can see at the moment. The cloud is pointing up, the SSB is pointing up. Our lagging doesn't have anything to stop it except those resistance through our Fibonacci extension. So yeah, that's it for the moment. There is not much else to say about SAND. If you enter it, you enter into a long position, but I wouldn't enter before I break above this one, this resistance now, because we are really close to it. We already broke this one, the 61%. So yeah, now we might have some pullback. We never know. So better break above this one, see a clear break, and then we can take a long position. So that's all I can tell you at the moment for SAND. Maybe there is probably something going on into the news about it. I don't know. I'm not following this one. I'm not even trading SAND. I'm trading many tokens, but not this one. So I cannot tell you. Let's look into ARPA now. So what I can see now on ARPA on a weekly time frame, I have some support thanks to our Kijun monthly here. However, we are actually touching once more the 10K, so we are really not going away. It won't be for this week. It seems like it won't be for this week. The trend line is strong because it has been formed for a while, so we are almost certain that once our lagging is going to go toward it, it will create some resistance, those a pullback. So at the moment, looking at our weekly, we have a big chance, or maybe we are unlucky to go done, yeah. Whether all of this is going to create some resistance, so I wouldn't expect yet to break it down. If we see it break down, then we know we can go all the way down here to 0.03, but that'd be kind of surprising. But meanwhile, we got all this space to play around, so we need to look now. Probably it's better to look into a daily to see what's happening. Yeah, on a daily, I can quickly notice our trend line is going to go toward those candles. Those candles are quite big, so we should not break inside it, but we should avoid it. We have maybe a bit of a dip here and still some dip before we get there, obviously, you see, because here we have just a 10-can monthly to stop us. It's a strong resistance. I'm not saying it's nothing. It's a strong resistance, but yeah, we still possibly go here and break up down again, or just push back into a run. That could happen, but at some point, I think the easy way for our trend line is to avoid those candles, then at least up to here. So on that case, I can use here our date range, and I select up to here, and it gives me 15 bars. So we know it's about 15 days that should at some point go bullish. Doesn't mean we're going to go right away, because you see we still have some space in between here and here before we have to push above. We still have space, so we might not go bullish right away, but at some point we should. And you can see here on our cloud, it will make us take us above around here. That will take us around the 0.17. We are far away from the cloud, so I expect to see some other of my elements under us. Hopefully our Kijun and Tenkan very close to our candle, creating more resistance, so we are not breaking them down and going into our cloud. However, if we do go inside the cloud, we have a good SSB here, very flat. That is going to be our price support at 0.12,699. So that's all I can tell you at the moment with this ARPA. However, remember, we have trend line here, so at some point expect our candle to go touch our trend line. When it's going to happen, we cannot tell yet. We don't have a crystal ball, but looking at the Ichimoku daily, at some point you're going to notice exactly where it will happen or might happen. So you are ready to take a short or a long position. Anyway, that is enough for ARPA. Now let's move on. COTI. So COTI / USDT for the pair. You can see we are clearly ranging. We are flat. It happened since the 27th of September. I'm on a weekly time frame, by the way. We broke this trend line. We had a trend line formed between the 19th of July and the 20th of September, so around here. And finally this week, we are on it. We're not yet seeing a push up or a pullback. I think we are going to keep ranging because of the weekend. The weekend is always like this. The lagging is free to go, but has some resistance on the bottom, you see. So going bearish with the lagging is less. It's less an expectation than going bullish, so that's at least a good sign. So it gives us an indication of where we are heading. Are we going to head bullish or bearish? As per my lagging, we are going to go bullish, at least for a while. However, once we get into this area here, so let me take this up, and we see 4 bars, so in a month's time, so in 1 month, about end of November, then possibly, if we are still nearby there, we might go bearish, because no more support for our lagging here. But we will have, thanks to our Kijun and Tenkan, some resistance here to don't go even lower. Especially here we have some doji candle. This one is a hammer, so maybe not that much, but at least here we should block. So it's a possibility. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, but we don't have support after from our candle here for our lagging. So that might indicate us a possible bearish trend within the end of November. So be careful about that. Keep this in mind. Now that we are on the trend line, I can also wait for a clear signal of breaking above and keep pushing above and going away from it, or we break down. And on that case, at some point, I expect also that it's possible to go down to this trend line here, which is very clear. It's a clear trend line. You can see it since the 9th of March 2020. So at some point, getting close to it indicate us a possible pullback into it. We have on our cloud right here a twist, so that could be this twist here or this one here, but somewhere around here that could happen. Now if we don't and we break above here, but we go to the Fibonacci as a reference, and here we can see at $1.40 before any resistance happen. So yeah, just wait. Right now, not also the right time to jump into this one. Wait for the clear signals, but they will come and very quickly. So I think it's an interesting token to watch out. You guys should have a look. And anyway, let's move on to the next token, which is XLM. So looking straight away at our lagging, you can see I've got so many resistance going on here on our weekly time frame. I got those Kijun here, I've got Tenkan, another Tenkan here, and the candle, there is no doji candle and this massive candle here. So the easy way for our lagging right now, it's to keep going under our candle, so going this way here, up and all the way here. Not all the way here because here may be an escape. Maybe we could push here. Sorry, I selected my Elliott impulse wave. I didn't want, but too bad, it's already done. But yeah, we could maybe here, but still also some resistance. So yeah, the easy way for our candle at the moment, I think it's ready to go towards the bottom. That's quite unfortunate, but at least from the lagging, that's what I can see. As per our current candle, where it is. So it's sitting under our SSB of the cloud, of the weekly cloud. That's not so good. It's going to create some resistance because the SSB is strong. We have some resistance at least until the first week of November. Starting here, we can push all the way up, but we will have then this SSB resistance to break. Once we break it, maybe we can clearly see another run, but at the moment it doesn't look good, guys. It doesn't look good. So if we close this week under the SSB, we don't have the body of our candle inside. I wouldn't expect any run in anytime soon, so yeah, be careful. Yeah, on a daily, at least my lagging now as per today. Let's see how it happen when we close the day, but at least now it's above the SSA, above our cloud. We got the support of those candles, so it can keep flying here. So it could go ranging for a while till around this area. So yeah, it's really not the right time as well to enter into this token, because as you can see with our weekly, we should not see any bullish trend until the first week of November, but which is Monday, by the way. So yeah, we wait next week and see what happens. If we close one of our candle within Monday or within sometime next week under our Tenkan, then we will have a bearish trend, and the resistance going to be, let me check. So I look at the lagging here and at my candle, because if I just look at the candle, I would say it's here, but I think it's more secure, more safe to stop here, because our lagging here had some pullback, okay, had a run after a long pullback, a clear run. So this will create some resistance at 0.2764. So if we have our candle closing under the Tenkan at some point, then you can expect to go as low as here at 0.27 for the first take profit on a short. The second one will be about here at 0.23. So that's it for XLM. So RUNE at the moment, the lagging, okay, is above. The lagging has been touching our Tenkan monthly, so you know now the Tenkan monthly is going to be a price support for our lagging at the list. Of course, also for our candle, because you remember the lagging is 26 period behind the current candle and exactly at the same price than it. So if the candle is going to go, I don't know, $17, then this lagging will be $17. So we know that once we get down here, this Tenkan monthly, we get resistance as well. It's going into a run at the moment. If you want to know where it could potentially start to have some issues, some pullback, we can look in the element of the Ichimoku, a previous element, and I would look into some specific areas, so like this one for example, but we already broke above. You see this one also match with the SSB, it also match here with the lagging, it has been playing here, so that's clearly a price support if we break above properly. So at the moment not yet, but once we see this candle breaking above it and starting a new candle daily above this price support, then it become a price support. At the moment it's a price resistance, so it's still possible for us to go bearish. We need to watch out a clear break above. If we have a clear break above, the next resistance might happen around here. Why? Because of my Kijun here. I'm going to trace it. So yeah, if we break above, you can take long position all the way up to $15.72 before we get any possible pullback, but we can't know yet, so we need to observe daily and then 4 hours or 1 hour time frame. I would recommend usually the 4 hour. The 2 hour time frame, you can use it if you want. I think it's useless. It just doesn't work. From all the back testing I've been doing with iChimoku, using my strategy, it's not useful, so I don't look at it anymore. The 3 hour as well, I don't look at it, so it's always daily, 4 hours, 1 hour, 30 minutes, etc. We have not much else to say. If we finally get a pullback and today we're not breaking above, then we're going to go towards the 10CAN monthly, which is $12.12. We have the support, thank you to 10CAN here also, so cool. Our Kijun also is pointing up. It's going to come and create some support, so that should keep us above, but at the moment we still possibly have a pullback later on down to $12, yeah, $12.16. So yeah, watch out for this token RUNE. I'm not trading this one. I don't know if you guys do. Let me know in the comment and let me know how it went so far. Maybe it's a very interesting token to look into. So yeah, why not? Anyway, let's look into LTC. So LTC still ranging. Our lagging is inside the cloud, but get some support thanks to our Kijun. However, it's in the cloud, so it could anyway break it down. The SSB here is not going to stop us for anything, because you see the SSB of the cloud here is not flat, it's not horizontal, so easy to break it even with our lagging. We have some doji candle hiding. Yeah, we got one here, so not enough I think to clearly break under it with the lagging, and anyway we got some other resistance, so I think we're going to still be ranging at the moment, which is what's going on, I think. And we have here on our current candle, we have our SSB here, so yeah, being ranging here is well possible. However, as soon as we touch this SSB, I can expect a run. It's not yet happening, but yeah, watch out, because we're going to go test the SSB once again, that's for sure. So here we were on it, we go down into the cloud, finally we go like, okay, are we going to validate it, and then back into the SSB but failed to get above, and up the next day we break above. So finally, that was yesterday, we break above. Now this SSB, we are going to test it again, and it's going to tell us yes or no we validate the break above. If we validate it, then we have a potential way to go all the way to the Kijun monthly. Watch little coin. I think it's Litecoin, sorry. I think it's a good token to look at, and something will happen for sure. We will, if we go touch this SSB, I think meanwhile we might touch as well the Kijun, because the Kijun will be a bit higher probably. So even if it happens today, if we touch the Kijun, something has to happen. So either way, we go back into this cloud, or we're going to go away from the cloud properly. Big run. So yeah, watch this one. And now let's look into Link. Link/USDT for the pair. So we are stuck with the lagging under those candle. If we have an escape, it has to come very quickly, 1, 2 or 3, within 2 and 3 weeks, because anyway we still have the support here from our 10CAN and Kijun. But those candles are not doji. We need usually 3 doji candles to break in or above. So yeah, maybe around here we could get around it, but if we don't, then we're going to go bearish, and we will avoid this massive candle. But at the moment it's easier for the lagging to break above, I think, but it's not the right place to look at the moment. So I think it's better to look really at your candle here, for at least for Link. Sometimes it works better on other tokens, so it really depends on the token. Here at the moment we're still inside the cloud. We have not much resistance through our SSA, but we still maybe can fly into it. However, you see we went to touch our 10CAN monthly, and finally the body of our candle stays inside the cloud. So I'm wondering how it will look like on Monday. I don't think within Monday we are going to do much more here for our weekly candle, but if we were going to close a bit above this SSB, that could give us a lot of help for the next week, because you see next week, starting Monday, it's going to be even more inside the cloud. We're going to be here, getting away from it with an SSA that is a bit more horizontal, going to be harder. So expect for next week, I would say, to go all the way up to 34.14 USDT, and unless the Kijun is going inside the cloud as well, which is I think going to happen. If we go bearish, you can see we have the support of our trend line here, which is really straight into the cloud. So yeah, so for the moment it's not time to take a long or a short call. We need to wait a clear escape to get away from it. And as for the lagging, like I was telling you, more potentially going to go bullish than bearish. So maybe around here we should get away. We will see this on a daily, day by day. So meanwhile, we're going to talk about ADA. So ADA / USDT for the pair, you can see the lagging is going to head toward those big candles. So the normal outcome will be to avoid it. So the lagging should go above, which give us 2 weeks of a potential bullish trend. If we go above, we're going to go towards the $2.50 finally, because you saw if you're trading ADA, you know it has been always going between $2.20, $1.94, 90 at the moment. So pretty weird timing, but good timing to reaccumulate and to buy more when it's low. If you trust ADA and if you know what they're going to do in the future, you know it's going to go towards the $3 once again and towards the $5, the $7 at some point. We see on a daily we are stuck under our 10 can, finally inside it. So maybe today is going to be the signal of closing above it or inside it. It's better than yesterday, because yesterday you see we touch it only with the head of our candle. So it's better now. Today it looks better. A potential run up to our Kijun here at $2.091. So yeah, for those trading it right now, you still have potentially almost 10 cents to make. So why not trading it today? However, I would wait to break above clearly. So I go on a 4 hours time frame and wait to clearly break above. It's not happening yet, but I should be above those two resistance, this Tenkan and Kijun. It's not happening yet. So far it doesn't look good. And also you see my laggings getting toward this massive candles. So the lagging should go this way, and that gives us how many hours? I'm on a 4 hours time frame, so it's about at least 12 bar, so it takes us far away, you see guys, until 1st of November. That would take us away from the cloud and still under it. So we shouldn't expect to see ADA going bullish, at least not before the, let's say, 1st of November, around 12. During the day of the 1st of November, which is Monday, right? It's on Monday, yeah? That's what's going on with ADA at the moment, so wait a bit. We stuck under our Tenkan and Kijun, so it can take us all the way down here at the minimum. For the first take profit on a short position, it's $1.94. We have another one here at $1.90. So you know where to take your profit at the moment. It's going to go bearish. Clearly on a 4 hours time frame, we can see that, we can notice it. So yeah, so that's it for ADA. Let's move on. REP. So REP is heading toward this massive candle. So once again, like I'll explain you, we have to look at the easiest way for the candle to move, and the easiest way for the candle to move right away, looking at this, is to go bearish. Okay, so we see that's at least from this, at this point of view, at this time frame, the weekly time frame should go bearish. So I can expect this to go bearish in the near future. Now I go in a daily time frame. We are entering the cloud, so that could be an interesting time. I know many people say we don't trade when we are inside a cloud. It's not true. Cloud can be a very, very good time to trade, because you know once we enter inside a cloud, there is a lot of turbulences, so we can go all the way up, all the way down, and again and again. A lot of opportunities to take a long position, short position, and make some money, guys, of course. Now we got this that is going to stop us a bit. This one even more, this Kijun even more, but that should happen because inside the cloud anything can happen. As for the bottom of it, of our SSA, not so flat, so not much resistance except here between the 1st and 2nd of November. So yeah, meanwhile it's possible we push all the way up to even our SSB, but first take profit, I will take it once I enter above this Tenkan. Once I'm above the Tenkan, I take a long position all the way up to 24.90. Then I raise up my stop loss, because I will look into a 4 hours time frame, and I raise it up to, in case we push above here, and again, like a trailing stop you use on future options. So yeah, that's it for REP, and I'm going to move toward ANKR. So ANKR is inside the cloud. Our lagging is kind of stuck between the SSB and those candles, so pretty easy for it to go back inside the cloud, and at the same time we are inside the cloud, so it's easy for us to move all the way up and down. You can see we didn't even go touch our Kijun. So once we touch the Kijun here, I would take a short position. If we are not breaking above, I would take a short position all the way down down again to my 10can because we are inside the cloud and things can move quite fairly quickly. However, if we break above here, then I take a position all the way up the SSB. I will ignore this resistance here. We'll go straight away to the SSB. For a short, in case we break down this resistance and get away from our cloud, but then you see we have a resistance here. I'm not sure why, yeah, because of this one here. So yeah, about here. But at the moment, I wouldn't expect to go bearish for long. I know I'm looking at a daily, but you see this lagging is going to be stuck here. It's going to go push, push, push. And we have this twist here, which can take us even more high. So yeah, there is big chance we're going to go touch all the top of the SSB, maybe even break above, I don't know. But we will go touch the SSB in the near future, as from what I can see here. But entering right now, no. You need to wait for a clear signal, go on a lower time frame and see what's going on with your element here. With the element, you see sitting here on the 10can, it's going to push us maybe again inside. So maybe the run is happening very soon. Within 4 hours, we are going to go back again. But I think we should go touch our Kijun at least one time. But anyway, since we enter the cloud, we should go all the way up. That's how it is usually. So based on my experience and based on your experience, once you look at Ichimoku for a while, you know these things. So yeah, I expect to go towards the SSB of our cloud at 0.10 cents. So that's it for ANKR. I'm going to look into ERGO. ERGO ended up a pullback. You can see we started to get into a run. The run seems to, yeah, it's good because you see yesterday we broke above our 10can and the Kijun. And now today we are testing the Kijun. Now, are we going to reject it or not? I'm not quite sure. I don't have a crystal ball, but it's mostly possible. Just based on what I can see here, you see we have tendencies to go back toward our 10can here, at least with the leg. Is it going to happen again today? I'm not quite sure, but what I could do here then is to look into a 4 hours time frame and wait us to break above this 10can here to see a clear run coming. What is good also to notice on our 4 hours time frame, but for a while, at least until tomorrow night, we have the SSB that is very flat, creating some support, a bit less here, between the 1st of November, midnight and 4 AM for New York time. I'm looking at the New York time here, UTC -4, but then it's flat again. So we got the support. Going bearish, I don't think so. We have also the lagging that tested, you see, and rejected the SSB, so we cannot break down. I think it's going to create a lot of resistance. As well, the cloud is large, but not that large compared to some others we saw earlier. So the lagging getting inside, it's possible, but less possible than staying above and testing this SSB for a while. So at the moment, I think we're going to keep flying between where we are and this 10can, at least on my 4 hours time frame. For the weekly, we don't have information yet. The cloud is not even forming. We see a bit of our 10can, but that's it. And of course, our lagging is here straight away. That has no issue with that, but we started only back to the 2nd of August, yeah. So yeah, we need to wait more. Yeah, I heard of ERGO. I didn't trade it yet. Let me look how it looks like. Oh yeah, okay, interesting. Well, you guys, if you trade it, let me know in the comment. Let me know how much money you made with that, how many %. I'd be interested. Let's move into AXS. So AXS, I looked into it a while ago. You can look into my previous videos. I think I was mentioning that we have this massive candle and we will avoid it. And you see that was 7 days ago. Then you look at my 7 days ago video, you will find it. And exactly there, that's what happened. Exactly here, we get a pushover. We were kind of, but we were under the 10can at that moment. We had also a resistance. The Kijun was under us, but you see what happened within 7 days. Boom, Kijun went above. We push. We broke everything, and then now sitting above our 10can and Kijun, so that's brilliant. I think it's perfect. That's how you know that Ichimoku is so useful. Now, as what will happen later on, we should use an FIB and etc, etc. But you know what, guys, I'm going to move on the OGN now because I have so many more to go through. I don't know, I'm gonna do the editing and everything. I hope it's not going to take me the whole day. So yeah, OGN, you can see here I had also some trend line. I talked about it recently. We clearly touch here, so this trend line is working. Thanks God, otherwise we will have to go toward this trend line, which would have take us down maybe up to 0.54 cents. So yeah, we broke above, cool. Now we have clearly broke the Tenkan and Kijun, so perfect. The Kijun is under us, we entered the cloud. We have this resistance, which is going to be a bit active, so wait to break above this one. Once you see this candle here on a daily touching it here, you go to a 4 hours time frame and you wait to see a clear signal of breaking above. What is a clear signal? Once again, you see a candle that close above and the next one that is higher than the previous one. Then you know you have a signal of a run. On that case, you go back to your daily, look at here and see what element of the Ichimoku let you know there is a resistance or not. This one here could be a resistance. But usually when we are inside the cloud, we go all the way towards the SSB. So first take profit once we break above this resistance. I will take it on the trend line, raise up my stop loss until we break above it, and take my profit here at $1.04 if we get there. Because once we get there, it's so flat. I don't expect our candle to break above, guys. So yeah, I would take the profit here and go on a short position as soon as I see a signal of a short position, looking at a lower time frame like I explained you. So that's it for OGN. Let's move on X. So X, we were looking at it also earlier last week or the week before. It's clearly going bearish at the moment. You see our lagging took an escape here between this doji candle, those doji candle, break even our cloud, but maybe I told you or not, but once the cloud here, you see it's actually not horizontal, so it's very vertical. So breaking in, it's easier than if it was horizontal. However, it was not that large. So I think it should have been a bit more difficult to get in, but they're not as well so close to each other, so that might explain why. However, looking at the Fibonacci now, we have only that to look at our price resistance. So we are going towards the 0.1953, which is 38% of our FIB. Yeah, once we get there, maybe this resistance will activate a run again. So really with X, since we are going so bearish, I would always look at our resistance on the FIB to feel the run coming and take my long position. But at the moment, yeah, things are going bearish. So yeah, resistance through this FIB with our lagging and our candle. If we break down this one, then we can go toward here. That would be kind of crazy because how many percent we lose so far? 61%. Yeah, it's huge. So I'm not sure what's going on with X. The HEX holder will know that. However, if you trading X, you're going to make more money than if you are stacking it, because stacking on something that is losing value, of course you might be stacking and getting more X, but at the end of the day you're losing money compared to someone who is selling, because you can see clearly a pullback on the chart. The guy sell and buy it at a cheaper price and reaccumulate. It's gonna make more money at the end than stacking. But I understand people stacking because they don't want to bother with trading, or they saw some videos of the guy behind X saying trading is stupid, which is not, or he was saying trading is like gambling, it's impossible to know, blah blah blah. He talks shit sometimes, so don't trust everything he's saying. I know you guys are like fanboy of him, but I know some of the stuff he's saying are true and really is right about it. But on the other hand, he's kind of a wanker. He always show off a lot about his fortune, always try to play like smarter than everyone. Trading also is something real. You can also know what might happen in the future when you are trading. So to me, stacking is really a good way when you don't know anything about trading and you don't want to bother and you trust into the project. You know it's gonna go at some point very high, the price gonna increase, so go for stacking. But those who want to go into trading, don't insult them, don't tell them they're stupid and they don't understand anything, because end of the day, those people who are trading it, they will make 4 times more than people stacking. That's a fact. So yeah, don't get upset people stacking. I'm okay with you stacking, no problem. So yeah, don't trust the word of just one man when he says about trading it's not good, it's shit or whatever. Maybe he lost some money with trading at that point, but yeah, that was stupid what he said. You might be a fanboy, might be upset of what I'm saying. I'm just talking with fact. I'm trading for years now, for over a decade, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. I know exactly what is stacking. To be clear, I also have X and I'm stacking X as well. So yeah, don't criticize too much. I saw some people leaving some bad comment about X sometime. You guys should start to look into Ichimoku, into technical analysis, into trading. If you don't have time, fair enough. go for stacking, and end of the conversation. Let's move on to the next token. It's ZEC. So ZEC is currently stuck between Tenkan and the Kijun. That means we will have to go touch one of them before we see a clear impulsion. So pretty much ranging at the moment. You can see also here on the cloud, the SSA and the SSB are very flat, so it's totally ranging. So not the right time to enter it. You wait a signal, so wait to go toward our Kijun before you enter any trade, or to touch our Kijun before you enter a long or a short position. As for our lagging, you see it's free to go up or down. If it goes down, at least we can see some resistance here on the SSA of the cloud. So that's some information we can have. But yeah, otherwise not the right time to trade it. I'm going to move to another token because so many more to go. So IXS. IXS, when I look at it, you see not many information. It's already started on the 6th of September. So far it looks like a pump and dump token. I don't know what's behind it, but someone asked me about this one, so maybe it's an interesting token. If it has a strong fundamental, okay, then yes, potentially it's going to go very well in the future. But meanwhile here, yeah, I think it's a bit too late to get in. However, let me anyway look into it. I don't even have a daily. I cannot even see a cloud. You see, it's just forming on the daily. It's far away, so I don't have indication from my cloud. The lagging, all of this is not going to be active. Yeah, no, I cannot say shit about it. I cannot really do a technical analysis about this one, guy. So I'm sorry for the person who asked me IXS, but you should not trade this one, I think. Anyway, let's move on to the next token. It's called Go. So you see Go, clearly we have a cloud. Look also like a pump and dump, but at least we have a cloud, so we can start doing some analysis about it. Let me check on the weekly. What do we have? We will be stuck with the lagging here, so to get back inside, tricky. So far as per what I can see here, bearish trend, upcoming bearish trend, not looking good. We are stuck under our Tenkan here, so okay, daily time frame. I got the cloud pressuring me to enter a bit. The SSA is going to get very flat here, starting on the 1st of November. So getting inside might become hard. If we have to get inside, it's now, today, or before the 1st of November, and then maybe we have a way to go all the way up to the SSB with some resistance from the Tenkan and the Kijun. Sorry, this is the Kijun, this is the Tenkan. Kijun is green. Sometime I invert, sorry for that. I'm a bit tired. I'm doing many videos today, so that might be confusing sometime. But yeah, at the moment, as per the lagging that we can see on a weekly, things going to go bearish. So yeah, not looking good for this token, unless if you can take a short position, let's go for it. I'm going to look into SHIB now. So SHIB, I'm not trading this token because I think the fundamentals are null, doesn't exist. So I don't trade that. I think it's more like gambling on this one. However, we do have a forming cloud. We have some technical, some elements of the iChimoku that we can use. We see toward this area here, we're going to go bullish. It's exactly in 9 bar. So let me check here. Sorry, I'm on a 4 hours time frame, by the way, guys. It's about the 1st of November. So around the 1st of November, we should see some bullish trend coming. Meanwhile, we could go just ranging. And if we break down with the body of our candle this Tenkan, on that case, bearish all the way down at least to our Kijun, and maybe even lower, because you see this lagging can go very low as much as it wants. Be careful about this token, but I think we might see some bullish trend after the 1st of November thanks to our lagging that will be pushed above here. But be careful of this here, because since it's a token with no fundamentals, I would expect this one to become very dangerous. It's a doji candle. Normally we need 3, but this token doesn't have fundamentals, so it could break inside and push us down all the way after. So this is kind of tricky here. I know we will have a push up, but then here it could become very dangerous. So you guys have to watch out for Shiba. I see you on the next token. It's one. So one at the moment is ranging. You can see the cloud is large. It's flat. We are above the Tenkan, so it's creating some support. So if we're going down back into the Tenkan, you can expect to see a pull back even deeper, or we can get get a run. So yeah, that's your first step here, the first things you need to look at. We are in between also two resistance. We have the resistance at 0.29 and the one at 0.40. So that is interesting, because of course it's going to be active also for the lagging. So once we get there, we potentially have a run coming. I don't see this token slowing down. The only way for us to go in a massive pullback will be to go touch our Kijun here. And once we get into the Kijun, potentially we break down, and we could break down all the way to the Tenkan or Kijun monthly. So be careful, watch out about this, but at the moment we're far away. We will be ranging for today and tomorrow, that's for sure. Next week will be when we see something happening, but yeah, I think we're going to go toward this resistance at some point. So look at this token, it's quite interesting. Harmony, I did another technical analysis not long ago, you might want to watch it. Yeah, that's it. I'm not going to do more token. I've been doing a lot now. I've done 27, guys. It's taking half my afternoon. I need to do the editing now, so I will see you later. Please leave a comment, like and subscribe. Join us on the Discord. We have a good group over there if you have questions about iChimoku, and keep watching technical analysis using iChimoku. I'm not the only guy doing it. There is other people. I will try to make another video next week. I'm not sure if I have time, but I will try at least once a week now, but not every day anymore, not each token 3-minute video. I don't have time anymore, so I'm going to do this new format. Maybe not 27 token. I'm missing out on some of the token people ask me in my video, or in my Discord, sorry, or on the comment. I will do that later on next week, I promise. So yeah, I'll see you later, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.